We have a lot of Peacockys to give out, and starting with one that is one of the best, the Fantasy Game of the Year. And let's go to the Fantasy Game of the Year nominees. Ja'Marr Chase in Week 5 with a 52-point performance against Arizona. Amari Cooper in Week 16 against the Texans with a 51.5-point performance. De'Von Achane with a statement from the rookie in Week 3 against Denver with over 51 points. DJ Moore against the Commanders, Matthew Berry in Week 5 with a 49-point performance, 230 receiving yards. Finally, Christian McCaffrey against the Cardinals, who came up on this list more than once, with a 48.7-point performance for Run CMC.
Yeah, I'll speak about Ja'Marr Chase's game. What was exciting about that very quickly was that was the first game we were like, okay, they're back. Because they had struggled early in the year with Joe Burrow and everything like that. And so finally, Ja'Marr Chase with that huge game against Arizona, you're like, yes, he's back. Joe Burrow's back. Yes, the Bengals are back.
Yep. Amari Cooper's game, given the timing in Week 16, was epic. Just about the best game a Cleveland Browns receiver has had, and also for how surprising it was, because Flacco Mania hadn't entirely taken hold then. Like, he looked competent, he also was not playing great, and then he had that monster game against Houston where they connected on everything.
So these are decided by the fans.
Yeah,
I want to make clear.
Oh, they are.
This is a fan vote.
Why did I dress up then? I thought I was going to be ruling on which one was going to win.
Well, your voice matters.
I guess.
I think you influence the fans
in
a way, as
enough.
the king does.
De'Von Achane, that was the 70-point game. There was a lot of fantasy performances there as well. And I am well aware of that DJ Moore game where my Commanders, formerly coached by Ron Rivera, who had DJ Moore on his team for many years.
Yes.
If anyone in the world knew how good DJ Moore is, it should have been Ron Rivera. At home on a short week against a Bears team that I get to win, and all they did was just leave him in single coverage, leave him wide open. It was awful. And that was when you knew, you know what? This ain't our year.
I think the Commanders were 6-point favorites in that game.
Yes.
How things have changed.
But they were 2-2. I believe that was Week 5, right? They were 2-2 going into that game, and everyone was like, they're going to win. And I think they had the Giants or something next week. Like all of a sudden, like the schedule, like the Commanders have a chance.
Yeah.
And then they came, and here's the as 6-point home favorites, Bears traveling on a short week. Blew them out of the water.
Yeah, they might be 6-point dogs now to that same team. How things have changed.
1,000%.
Christian McCaffrey, who had a monster season overall, his masterpiece was that game against Arizona in Week 4. Had a pretty good game against Arizona later in the season too, but 177 yards, 4 total touchdowns. Brock Purdy had 1 incomplete pass in that game, and it was completely overshadowed by McCaffrey, rightfully so.
So we will do the fan vote.
Okay.
But to your happiness, we will do the official winner. So the fans' voice will be heard first.
But but I'm not part of that committee either. It's like the college football playoff committee. Like I can politic. I can say who I think should win. I have sway.
I thought it was you who kicked FSU out with
all
your Twitter.
Honestly, I did. I rule. Again, I'm a benevolent leader.
So
benevolent, fair leader.
Let's take a look at what the fans voted on before we get to the official winner here, and in a sweaty finish, De'Von Achane got 36% of the fan vote. Amari Cooper, the runner-up, at 35%, guys. So this is clearly a tight race between the fans. And with that,
Chris McCaffrey getting no love for 4 touchdowns. All right, so here we go. Let's see who's getting the thing. Here we go. And the Peacocky goes to, there's the... That's the Peacocky.
Peacocky, by the way.
All right, yeah, we'll get him back on.
Yeah.
So anyway, here we go. Fantasy Game of the Year. The winner is... Peacocky goes to Amari Cooper at Houston, Week 16 as well. Well-deserved. Jay, I think your point is the most salient here. It happened during the fantasy playoffs, the time that mattered the most for fantasy managers as well. It's the second most fantasy points in a game by any player this season, right? Only one player had more fantasy points. That, of course, was Ja'Marr Chase, who had just, 7.7 more fantasy points in Week 5. But because the timing of when this happened, to me, it's the fantasy game of the year. I agree. The committee got it right.
All right. And with that, congrats to Amari Cooper, our first winner today of the Peacockys.
Worth noting, by the way, the Texans will have a chance to get revenge on Amari Cooper this Saturday at 4:30 on NBC and Peacock as Wild Card Weekend starts off. By the way, yours truly will be on the sideline.
There you go.
Probably not wearing this.
No, you should try it.
I'll think about this.
Just do it.
I'll think about that. So we'll see. But anyway, we'll be in Houston. Excited for that very first game, Texans-Browns. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, will be.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched. Or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.